Are we live? Everything sounding good? Yes, it is. What's up, guys, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Rarely Typical Players RTP podcast, where we have once again bring to you yet another RPG Maker. What's this? VX?
Yeah, VXA.
VXA's commercial game that's available on the Steam store. The game is called Gutter the Cursed RTP. The Cursed. Gutter the Cursed. It is a post-apocalyptic game that's based on popular games like, let's name a few of them, guys. First one that stands out to me was Borderlands and Fallout. And
bit of a far stretch.
Grand Theft Auto, the older Grand Theft Auto.
Or Wasteland.
Never played Wasteland.
Yeah, the Wasteland 2 and 3 are pretty good.
And Fallout, the reason why I say Fallout 2 is because in Fallout, them crazy enemies that be yelling, I'm gonna blow myself up. It feels like everybody in this game is freaking crazy, just like those people on Pandora. So this is an interesting one, though. This is an interesting one. If you're definitely a fan of those, those type of franchises and those type of games where you just do crazy stuff. And disclaimer, the game is very graphic. The game is it's not for children. I'm gonna let you guys know RTP isn't responsible. We are not responsible for anything that happened beyond this podcast. So you have been warned.
The game is family friendly.
Exactly. So once again, you already know who we are. D7, Cychronic Games, and Simple Gaming. We are here again to talk about Gutter the Cursed. All right, so you guys already know the drill. We bring to you a new game every week. We have a week to play the game and to come up with our own opinion about it, what we think about it, what we like about it, anything that could be improved on it, maybe not for this particular project, but future insights probably for like future games for the developer. We want to give our own 2 cents here and there. We're going to talk about topics like the music, the story, of course, without trying to give you guys too much of a spoiler, but just like pretty much what the premise of the game is about, and the fun stuff, mechanics, battle system, anything that stands out, to unify itself as an individual title within the masses of similar like genres. All right, so let me pull up the video. This was recorded by our dear own Cychronic Games. So if you would like to see the full playthrough of the game or majority of the playthrough, definitely watch the video on our RTP video section. All right, so Gutter the Curse. This game was picked by Cychronic for the week, and we're going to start off with Harlequin. This time, and he's going to give you a little insight. Oh man, who is calling me? I'm sorry, guys. it's a spammer. He's gonna give us an insight of what he thought about the game and its premise, and in its own words. So, Harlequin, have your way, my guy.
All right. So I was kind of intrigued by the game at first. I think it's like this game is like peak old school RPG maker. Not gameplay wise, but this is kind of the kind of game you could have expected, like in the 2K area, like everybody making games and everybody making these weird kind of games. Like this would not be a release by any like bigger studio, or even like a 2-man studio. Like, anything who's taking like game development like really serious and they want to make a lot of sales, they wouldn't release this. But because everybody in this game is swearing, there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of just topics like from the story, like all I could gather is like, oh, a character has a brain tumor and whatnot, and everybody is a fucking mutant, and there's demons and guts, and everything is just a whole mess of violence and cussing. So that's not gonna be a game like any bigger studio is gonna release. This is pretty much RPG maker. That's what it is. Like everybody making these games when they start out, right? Everybody saying fuck and everybody saying shit and whatnot, right? But yeah, it was kind of interesting at first because there's these factions, and it's a little bit like, yeah, like you said, like GTA, like the old GTAs. There's factions and you can pretty much work for them and go on little missions and whatnot. And the one girl told me her boyfriend is probably cheating on her, so you find him and you kill him and the girl. You just kill fucking everybody in this game. I don't know. It's a mess.
Yeah,
but it sounded interesting at first. Like it's an intriguing premise to me, working these factions, but it got old very quickly too. Like there's a lot of quality of life missing, as seems to be custom with VXA's games. There's no quest log, and the mapping is pretty fucking bad. Like everything looks the same. There's 4 directions to the city, right? You got north, south, east, and west, and every part of the city looks exactly the fucking same. Exactly the same, like down to the doorways. Like there's a different shop in there, sure, but the door is in the same place, the stairs in the same place, and the tile set doesn't look very good. Like for like most of the time you're not even sure what you're looking at. Like it's all kind of dirty walls and dirty everything. Like it's a brown mess of pixels most of the time. That's what I thought. So the lack of quality of life and the messy mapping made it really boring for me really fast. And that's not to say about the combat, but I guess we're gonna do that later.
Yeah. Alright.
Story wise, I have no fucking idea, man. I have no idea what's going on. I didn't get any story. Not at all.
Alright, so I'm gonna go second this time, guys, because Cychronic actually got more.
Oh my god, I think this is the first podcast where you go second.
Yes. Cychronic actually got more, depth than I have. You know what I mean? And he completed the game. I think I'm almost done with it. Like I'm really, really, really far and got a whole bunch of items and monies and did a whole bunch of missions and all that good stuff. So, as you can see, you're this guy. I don't know if you can choose between male and female. I don't know what the female name is, but of course I chose the guy. He looks like a mummy. He got these bandages on his face, and sometime during one of the missions, when you recruit somebody, you could pretty much give a description on why you got these bandages on your face. it was 2 different, choices you get to pick. I'm not gonna disclose them choices right now because it could be unique and it could affect gameplay, maybe your ending. So you want to find out, you could definitely play the game for yourself. But you are like in this post-apocalyptic town. Everything is rancid. There's a whole bunch of gangs. There's a whole bunch of different factions. Some people affiliate themselves with each other, some people don't. Then what the unique thing is, you're a human being, but you're basically living hell on earth. There's demons everywhere. Every map you go through, there's a demon who doesn't really understand anything, and they're just out for blood. So fighting them can definitely dire great consequences unless you don't know how to actually fight them. But pretty much you're just going on missions, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. I didn't really get much of the story because majority of my gameplay was mostly, you need to stop this person, you need to get this, you need to get that, you need to sabotage this person, you need to sabotage that person. That's all I was getting. But anything that's like, having to do with the MC, I didn't really get much of that, except in the beginning. That's all I got. So I can't really tell you, much about the story. I could just really point you in the direction of, the narrative of how the game is actually, playing itself out. So that's why we leave it to Cychronic. He could give us a better explanation on, what's actually happening, or, the purpose of the game.
A really well hidden story, man. If 2 out of 3 people didn't get any story at all, like, where the fuck did the developer hide the story in this game?
Oh yeah, before Cychronic, I did recognize the game because
yeah, you played it like
no,
way back.
I didn't play it. I remember Riggy playing it.
Oh, was it Riggy then?
I
knew I saw this game somewhere already.
Riggy was playing it, and he was getting destroyed by them demons. Destroyed. So that's what I remember.
Noob is all.
All right, Cychronic, have your way with enlighten us what is happening.
Give us the story, man.
Because I have no clue.
Well, first of all, I think that the game, it was a little light on the story as far as like the main. There was kind of a main plot, but not. It was really underdeveloped. The game of course starts off with you. Get the guy who helped you out. He said he saw you getting beat up. He brought you back to safety. You have no memory or whatever.
When did that happen? What?
No, that if you talk to him, that's what he said. So
he didn't say nothing when I talked to him. He just said stick around, and that's it.
Yeah, and then I talk with him again, and then he goes into the whole story of how he found you and everything like that. And then
you didn't do that for me.
Well, I don't know. He did it for me. First off, what did you guys pick as your class or whatever? Like just.
I picked the twisted mind thingy.
Twisted mind.
I went
disturbed mind. It's like the last option, disturbed mind.
I did raised by monks.
I defaulted stats.
No background. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as far as the story goes, there is a little bit of a main story. It's kind of hard to find, but it's that there's rumors of some kind of device called the Large Hadron Collider, or the LHC, which it was a collider, but it wasn't actually the Large Hadron Collider. But when I saw that abbreviation, I was like, oh, the Large Hadron Collider. So there's rumors about it and the power that it can bring, and the gangs are after it, and they're after each other. And the game was really it was kind of reminded me of Fallout, where it's not super linear. You can kind of talk with anybody or fight anybody, and I found out pretty quick that and the guy says, and the guy in the beginning that saves you or whatever, he also says, come back to me when you have 20,000 coppers, and I'll show you something cool. And so the point, I guess, was to get up to 20,000 coppers, which is the currency in the game. And then when you talk to that guy after you have the money, he doesn't take your money. He just says, I just told you I'd show you something cool if you had 20,000 coppers. I don't want your money. And then that kind of opens it up to the final part of the game where you basically get a showdown with all the gangs, depending on like whether you took them out ahead of time or not. It's kind of like a final battle where you have to fight all the gangs, and then you finally find the Large Hadron Collider at the end, which it's hard to describe, but it's not actually a Hadron Collider. I don't want to spoil what it is, but it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird, yeah. But the quickest way to get to the 20,000 coppers was to do work for the various gangs. Sometimes they wouldn't work with you if you were working with somebody else. So that's when you kind of because after you're done doing a few jobs for each one, it goes the same way with each of the gangs. You do a couple jobs for each one, and then they say, I have no more work for you. At which point, the other gang who's like, you're working for them, I don't know if I can work with you. And then if you kill whoever you were working for at that point, then they'll work with you. And yeah, so I had fun with it at first, and then after a couple hours, it started to get repetitive. I thought the premise was cool, but as far as how I see we can talk about the gameplay and the combat system later. But when it comes to the story, the thing that I feel like this game could have been improved by a lot more is if there was a little bit more of a narrative and a little bit more of a where the things you were doing maybe felt a little more meaningful storyline wise, rather than just like, go get the thing, go kill so and so, go get the thing, go kill so and so, go get the thing, go kill so and so. Right. So just with a little bit more spice as far as and some personality to some of these characters would be nice, as far as how I would improve it story wise if I were to give my feedback on that.
All right, so basically, based off what you described the game as, like, I did notice the LHC thing, like with some people in dialogue, you do ask, what is this? But the thing is, if you don't talk or ask or inquire about it, you're not going to know. So,
Right.
So how many players actually talk to every NPC and go through every dialogue box? Not many.
I did. I usually do, so I did that.
Man,
Not.
Look, the main story kickoff is hidden behind talking to an NPC twice. Like I did, like the guy who starts you off, he said stick around, and the only choice is either fight him or leave. So I leave. Then later I talk to him again, and he again says stick around, and I'm okay, I guess not. So nothing kicked the story off for me. I could have played the entire game without knowing what the fuck I'm doing, which is what happened. Like I did like 2 quests or 3. And then I was like, why am I doing all of this? What's my motivation in doing all that? Right? So I don't know. I got fucking bored, and then I just started killing everybody because I could.
Yeah, there could have been more of a like where the character maybe has amnesia or something and is trying to like find out who he is, and there's clues about who he is if he talks to so and so, and like revealing a little bit more of a main story. Like, I feel like it would have really improved the game if it kind of did more,
you
something
need a red
more.
line. You need a red line throughout the story. Like, you can't just make the start of the story optional because nobody told me to talk to that guy twice to even get the story started, basically, and give you a goal of like 20,000 monies, right? I didn't have that, so I was just randomly walking around, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing here? Why am I doing all of this?" Right? You can't just make the entire fucking story optional. Like, that doesn't work. Like, even in games like GTA, you always get something, right? You always get told to go somewhere. You're free to do whatever the fuck you want, but there's always this, all right, here's the main objective, and that's how you progress through the game. There's always like at least a marker on the fucking map or anything, right? And in this game, it's just completely optional. I had no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Exactly. You could be easily like, I did get that dialogue when you talk to the guy. He did say that he did rescue you, and he did give you the choice to rest at his bed. You know, he pretty much give you a tutorial, and you know, you sleep here, you get healed, but it won't bring you back. You need a defibrillator to bring back your allies.
That's what the tutorial told me.
But if you talk to him again, you know, he'll tell you is the $20,000 option, the 20,000 copper option, you know, and
that did not happen for me, man.
And when you do,
so weird.
And when you do turn into 20,000, he'll tell you, you know, what Cychronic said to go to Gunhole Bridge or something like that. You know, I guess that's the last area, but I can't find it. And there's still a lot of stuff to do. You know, like fighting regular enemies, you're not going to get a lot of money. Just like Cychronic said, your thing is, you know, to get the most money, you want to do these missions and stuff like that. It's like from the get-go, the player, after you leave that room, it doesn't matter where you go. You go north, south, east, west, until you actually run into somebody that says, you know, I'm looking for work, and they'll give you a job. Then that's what you can go off on. Until you run out of jobs for that individual, then you're back at step one. You're just walking around trying to look for jobs. And
it's a neat idea, but the execution like fell flat on its face pretty much.
Like the problem is without a strong story, and you know, you can't treat this game like it's Dark Souls. You know what I mean? Because Dark Souls has a very cryptic story where you may have to play the game numerous times. Like, I be watching these videos on people explaining the lore of Dark Souls or Elden Ring. And I'm like, how in the world do they understand this? You know, it's just so cryptic. You know, you really...
Yeah, but you don't need it to play the game, right? The only thing you need is explained in the intro cutscene. Like, you're like this dead guy, and you're supposed to, depending on which Dark Souls you're playing, essentially the intro cutscene tells you kill more bosses.
Yeah.
That's your objective throughout the game, and that's all you need to play Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to know about the lore, you can get to it if you want to, but you don't need to.
Yeah.
Right? So, but in this game, your main objective, the 20k, is optional. Like, you're not even getting told that unless you talk to an NPC twice.
I don't think it's optional. I think you just need to reach the like Cychronic says, he doesn't take your money. It just unlocks the event where you fight all the gangs.
Yeah, but you're not getting told that.
No, you're not.
If you don't talk to the guy twice, you don't know about that goal.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're starting off with 0 objectives, in this world thing, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing or why you're doing it. So you're just running around doing missions because I don't know. That's what I mean. Like your objective is hidden unless you talk twice to an optional NPC. Like that's what happened to me. Like I had no fucking idea what I was supposed to do. Like what's my purpose?
Yeah. It's I would say the developer expects you to talk to them more than once. That's what I'm thinking.
Nobody else had different dialogue when I talked to them twice, so I didn't expect it. Right? And when you talk to the guy the first time, he's just telling you to stick around. Like, what does that mean? Do you just stand around on the map? Is there a timer running until he says something? Like, this could mean anything, right? Stick around. Like, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I took it to mean stick around and talk with him.
Yeah, but like, why? Why is this even a thing?
Well, more information about whatever, but he could have just gone into it like as the first dialogue.
Yeah, or just start it as a fucking auto run.
Yeah,
right? Like wake up and then he tells you about how he saved you and whatnot. Well, why is this an optional dialogue hidden behind a first useless optional dialogue? What? Like even having that one objective would have helped me, like working towards that. But since I didn't have it, I just got bored and then killed everybody because I don't know. I thought maybe something happens or something changed, but it doesn't.
And you can kill everybody.
Yeah, I did, but nothing happened. Like it just the town is just empty. Like I was hoping that I don't know. Maybe if I killed enough people, the gangs would group up on me or whatnot. I don't fucking know, something, but it's not happening.
So this is the thing, right? If you can kill everybody, and I literally mean, guys, if you talk to any NPC, you're going to have the option to fight them. So do you think you can go from starting the game to the last level? Like, you think you can do that, Cychronic?
Well, it was the leveling up was very important. So at first, if you try to fight somebody that's too strong, they'll just wipe you out really easily. But by completing the missions, not through the combat really, but by completing the missions of the stuff that you do for these gang members, you get a lot of EXP, almost a really disproportional amount from just that, and you might even go up by like 4 or 5 levels in like one job. And then once you're at that level cap of 15, the game's pretty easy and repetitive as far as the combat goes. Like there's this combo system thing, which kind of is a cool premise, but after a couple times you've learned all the moves, you've run out of new combos and stuff. So it just kind of ended up being a little repetitive after a while. And I just got the strong, I got the chainsaw. I just did chainsaw dance. I got the other 3 characters too. There was Dead Girl that was like reconstructed by the Skinners. There was the robot, and then there was the other Chester, the other dude.
Mm-hmm.
And so the and the Dead Girl, she's looking for her father.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who it is, but he's actually the final boss.
Oh, okay. I did when I did recruit her, she did say she is looking for her dad. So
yeah.
Man.
But my thing is, let's say if you could escape all the battles, can you go from the beginning to the end to the final boss without fighting anybody?
No, I don't think so, because a lot of the jobs require you to kill people. So
okay,
you
so
have to fight some people.
So you actually have to do some gameplay, do some game missions in order to be able to go to the final boss.
Yeah, but after you do a few missions, you gain like 3 or 4 levels, like just from one mission, and then from there, each of the missions you do, it just gets easier and easier because you're leveling up so fast.
So the reason why,
I did like 2 missions, man. That's enough.
the reason why I say that, because you have some games where you could go straight to the final boss, and it's like pure skill, pure luck if you win or not. That's the reason why I asked, because if we have the option of killing everybody from the beginning, like fighting and killing everybody, so if the player happens to fight and kill everybody and not do any side quests, any missions, then
you need the 20k. How are you gonna get those?
Yeah, so you pretty much be.
It'd be cool if there was more. Yeah, and now that you mention it, what would be cool is if there was more charisma options. Because I know that in these types of games, I always play these types of games like as the diplomat, so to speak. Like I actually don't go straight to combat. I try to like talk it through or convince them to work together. That kind of way of playing it. And there could have been a better execution of that, where instead of you get the option to fight everybody, that's cool, but getting an option of being a peacemaker or something like that would have been a good twist on it, rather than just fight.
Yeah, they laid the groundwork for a game like that, right? Like a RPG maker, like fucked up Baldur's Gate or some shit like that, right? With less charisma stats and whatnot, or like you said, like Fallout type of game. They laid the groundwork for that, but didn't do anything with it. So what ended up happening is pretty much all your choices, like all the choices I had ever, is like kill the guy. Sometimes it's like 3 times kill the guy and leave. Like all the options I had was just kill the guy. So I did 1 mission. No, I did 2 missions. I did that boyfriend is cheating mission, and that gave me like $1,500. And then I just bought myself some armor, and that's pretty much it. Then I did 1 other mission, which was like the cave fight. I did the cave fight, and that got me the nunchucks of that guy. And from there, I just started killing everybody because I was fucking bored. So I started killing everybody. I come around, like I kill the shopkeepers, I kill the fucking peoples on the street. I just murder everything. And I got like these brass knuckles, like Hope and Peace or whatever they were called. I don't fucking know. And I got the robot, and that's the only party member I found was the robot. So it's just me and my robot guy killing everybody. And it's fucking broken. Like it's typical RPG maker. Like Poison is fucking busted, and Blind is fucking busted. Like the strong demon guys, no problem. Just fucking use pocket sand, blind the motherfucker, and then with the other guy use poison on him and just watch him die and never hit anything. Like it's fucking RPG maker, classic broken, Poison and Blind. So that's how I got through the entire game. Like I just killed everybody with that, and somehow I unlocked like a shoulder bash or whatnot, which hits all enemies and also stuns. If you're lucky, like there's I don't know if it was my weapon or if the skill has a stun on its own. I don't fucking know. So I was using that. Like I was fighting like 5-6 guys, no problem. Just shoulder bash them all day, tripping. Give him some poison, give him some blind, like no big deal. Like I don't know. And the entire fucking town just fucking empty. I was hoping for something to happen. Like they do a little bit of it. Like when you kill specific people, either the pedestrians. I'm not sure what triggers it. But if you kill specific people and then go into like one of the gang HQs, they just instantly start fighting you.
Yeah.
Like I had an unlucky run and my robot guy was dead, so I was trying to get a defibrillator from the clinic, and they just instantly engaged me, and it was like, oh shit. But that's about it. Like I'm just murdering everybody, and well, I didn't know about the 20k. I have no idea if I could have even reached it at that point, because I killed everyone, right? I killed the gang leaders and the gang members and everything. I had no quests left to do, pretty much. The only guys I couldn't manage was the bank guys and one other faction. They were just too strong. I have no idea how you're supposed to even beat them. I'm pretty sure I was maxed out on level by that time too, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know how you would get the 20,000 if you killed the people that would give you the jobs, because you don't really earn enough from the battles to get up to that amount.
You don't get a lot of money. That's true. I had a bunch of items, but you can't sell items either. So the only way I could potentially reach it is like there's random encounters in these little side caves.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe grinding those would end up giving me 20k at one point, but that would take days. Because you're dropping like 2 coins a battle if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's why doing the missions is the way to go. So,
but I didn't know that, right? So I was just like, I don't know, maybe something cool happens when I kill everybody, because this is a psycho game, right? But for some reason they also have this weird morality. Like, I thought this is a psycho game. So, I mean, you can run around and murder everybody, right? So I was like, I don't know, maybe the brothel and whatnot. I was trying everything out, but even they set it up like this is a messed up world, but all the quote-unquote bad choices are actually bad, right? Going to the brothel actually drains all your MP for some reason.
Yeah, and did you guys seek the services of the prostitutes?
yes.
Yeah, the brothel, right?
Yeah.
And then I went into the slave market and killed everybody there. And you can kill all the hoes except for one. Like the one on the stage, you can free her from the bomb necklace she wears. Like, what? Why did I have to go and kill all the slaves just to free her? Like, makes no sense.
Because her father sold her into slavery to get vodka, and there's a mission where he's like, "Please save my daughter. I regret."
Well, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So
Probably killed her father.
Yeah, probably.
but I mean, like, why can I rescue this one girl but not the others? Like, there were a whole bunch of slave girls in that house, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all you can do with them is fight them. Like, when you kill the boss, they start running away from you, and if you touch them, it just starts the battle. So you can't free them except for this one girl, which is fucking weird. And what was the other choice? The brothel was kind of weird. Why does it drain MP? And there was another prostitute, which is like I think in a bar, and she trying to touch your crotch, and if you let her, she steals your money. The thing I'm having a gripe with is you have this degenerate world, but the degenerate choices are actually the bad choices, which makes no sense to me. Right? In a degenerate world, I expect to be a degenerate and be rewarded for that.
Or at least...
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it does make sense, though, that sometimes making a bad decision doesn't reward you either, even in a shitty world, right? So,
well, I mean, I haven't found a single bad decision that actually rewarded me for it.
Right, but that would be good to have, I think, in a game
Yeah,
like this.
it should be. Like, most of the time, the morally wrong choice should be the good choice in this game, because it's a fucked up world. It doesn't make sense to be a morally sound person in this world. Like from a role play standpoint.
Lead by example. Change the world.
Nah, fuck that.
Parties over, get lost.
Fuck that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was weird that all the like morally wrong choices actually had a bad outcome. for you, like that made no sense to me. Like not a single one was actually rewarding me for picking that. Kind of weird. Like how do you make a fucked up degenerate world like that and then act like you have some moral high ground in the choices, right? I don't know.
So I'm gonna say this in all fairness to the developer. The game is a survival game.
It's not a survival game. What you on about?
Technically, it can be because you might can screw yourself.
But
Yeah.
a survival game needs survival mechanics, though. You have no hunger and nothing.
I agree,
Not a-
but if you make the bad choices and there's no way to improve, let's say you you kill the characters you're supposed to recruit, right? Instead of recruiting them, you end up killing them.
Then you could screw yourself for later.
You could screw yourself and you're forced to start over.
Yeah, that's just bad game design, though.
And make better choices. Because in the description it says how long can your character survive? Meaning, like, are you going to make the right choices to increase your chances of survival, or are you going to make dumb choices and screw yourself over? So the reason why I say this, because, you know, just watching Psychronic's playthrough, you know, while the stream is going, you know, you see the different outcomes, you know what I mean? Like your choices affects the way you get money, you earn levels, because we all know you level up quick doing missions. You get 2,000 experience, sometimes 1,000 experience. Enemies hardly give you anything. You know what I mean? So you'll be like just grinding.
The gang bosses give you decent.
But if you're
like, I think I got like 2 levels from killing one of them.
If you can't kill them though, like if the stronger ones with the tougher enemies, you're not going to do good, because there is
just
parts.
Abuse the RPG jank is really, this game is not hard at all.
Yeah, the
It's
blind
too RTP for that.
Blind and stun.
Yeah.
You could definitely
blind,
win.
stun, and poison like wrecks this game. It makes the combat completely trivial. Like the only thing that can kill you is if something's faster than you and one-shots you. That's when you die. But
Yeah.
if you go first, you win. Because there's nothing preventing you from just chain blinding them every time. There's nothing stopping you. There's no resistance to that or whatnot. The only thing that could happen is you're getting unlucky and get a fail, but that didn't happen very much. So
Yeah.
that's how I pretty much killed everybody in this game. Just fucking blind the strong enemy and AoE all the goonies, right? And that's how I killed everybody pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like they had this neat idea. Like I like the premise. I like the fucking degenerate fucked up world. I like the idea, but everything else just fell flat. Like they failed to explain the world. Like, why are there fucking demons running around even? Like, what the fuck is that?
All right,
like,
let's
are we not on Earth? Are we in hell? Like, nothing is explained.
let's ask Psychronic that.
I don't know. I actually couldn't tell from the story.
Like, not even the story guy knows.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I feel like they could have done a lot to make the story better. Like,
You gotta immerse your player. Like, no matter what kind of game you make, you have to immerse your player in your world. It doesn't matter what genre your game is or what kind of systems it uses and whatnot, or if it's a story game or not. You still gotta immerse your player in the world they're supposed to explore. And this game just completely fails to do so. Like, it's just a random bunch of people and a random bunch of demons in this city. And why are we even in this city? Why are we not just leaving if you don't like being there, right? And I mean, we have a brain tumor too, apparently, is what the doctor told me, and I don't know. The entire execution is just so bad that this game is probably not even worth the asking price, in my opinion.
I kind of liked it though. I kind of liked it.
They
Yeah,
do.
I liked it starting out. It was very intriguing to me.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
but
okay, what are we gonna do here? All right,
But
I can
I-
fight everybody, but
But as it went along, it capped out and kind of became repetitive, and yeah.
yeah, the guidance was completely missing. Like the lore was missing, the story was missing for me completely, and like most of the time you're battling, right? That's most of what you do. Like you, even when you do missions, you're just battling the people in a different order than I did, pretty much. Because at the end of the day, you're killing people pretty much in this game is what you do. So I don't know, man. The battles is not interesting. Like the combo system, I've seen that before, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like you can use the skills in the menu, but it does less damage and costs MP. So why is it even there? I guess just to look up the combo buttons. I don't fucking know.
You
And then
ask.
some. Huh?
You actually get free hits whenever you put the combo in manually.
Yeah, you get the free hits and you do the combo at the end, and it doesn't cost any MP, right? But why are there skills in the menu too then? Like, what's the point? Why would anyone use a skill from the menu if executing the combo is literally free?
Well, if you forget what the combo is.
Yeah, you can check out the combo in the menu. There's no reason to ever use a skill from the menu.
This guy is breaking this game apart. Oh man.
Right?
Oh, man.
Like the combo buttons are in the skill description. Like I get the idea. You can check the menu to check the buttons.
I agree.
but
Yeah, you're
there is
right.
no point in using them ever.
I think it's like how Mortal Kombat is. For example, you got the easy fatality where instead of doing the input, you could just hit one button to do the fatality, but it do cost a coin to actually do it. So it is costing currency. So it's kind of a trade-off. You know what I mean? You get rewarded by doing the combo, putting the input in, then getting 3 extra attacks plus the attack, or spend the SP, don't have to put no input in, and just get the skill itself. So
The game is not designed around that. If you're just using the skills from the menu, you're not gonna win.
Yeah.
Just not.
Unless you got the chainsaw and you could do chainsaw dance, you will win. Just from the skill.
Some skills had no combo anyway, right? Like the
Yeah.
AoE I got, the shoulder bash, that had no combo input because
Yeah.
it was like an AoE attack.
That depends on
Right.
what weapon you got equipped to, like
Exactly.
your
Like,
combo.
it's kind of like I'm not against the combo system per se. I had some gripes with it. Like, why does the fucking combo window not disappear? Like, it's covering half the fucking screen. Like, the enemies on the left side, I can't even see what type of damage I'm dealing to them because the fucking combo window is in the way all the time. Like, oh, what?
So
I don't know. It's just
I did like the inventory though. I mean the items were, a lot of the items were creative. And
yeah, the items were kind of cool, but the fucking optimize button didn't work.
no.
I mean, it did work for the stats, but it always removed my my charm and my eyes for some reason.
And did you get that for your charm? You got the enchanted foreskin.
Nah, I got the branch
Oh, okay.
because I thought it had the best effect. Like resistance to all illnesses sounded good to me, I guess, but I didn't notice anything really. Like after doing the first mission and getting some gear, I just steamrolled every fucking battle in this game. It's like I didn't even care anymore.
For me, it was a chainsaw, and then chainsaw dance was like my go-to move to just like take them all out.
Yeah, I picked that one armor that gives me like tackle, and as I said, I think I learned, or I don't know, the AoE tackle thing. I don't know where I got it from. I didn't have a chainsaw. I guess you get that during a mission. Maybe I had one even. I don't fucking know. I killed everybody. I had so many items. I don't even know what I had. I had like 5 demon hearts and whatnot.
My goodness.
But as I said, man, for like a GTA or Fallout type game, they fail to immerse and engage the player in meaningful activity. Like they set it up that you got illusion of freedom of choice by being able to fighting everybody, but there is nothing else. There's no charisma choices or other things like relating to your character or relating to your equipment or anything. It's just kill everybody.
There's some charisma choices, but you rarely.
Well, I didn't get any.
And some of them it's impossible to get because I believe one I needed like 50 agility for one.
So that's why I always had make them suffer like 3 times as a choice.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because of my background then.
I think you could make your agility go up a lot by I think if you took ecstasy, I think that made your agility go up.
I don't know, man. Like, this is not explained in any type of way. Like, I picked Disturbed Mind because it had no drawback to it, right? Most other like backgrounds had like some pretty severe drawbacks, like minus 100 HP and whatnot. And I didn't know the scaling of the game yet. I don't know if 100 HP is massive or not. I didn't know I started out with like 600 HP. I didn't know that because I just started the game, right? So making these background choices is impossible to make like an informed decision because you have no idea about the game you're playing. So Disturbed Mind just said like you're a masochist and had like some type of bonus or whatnot. I don't even remember, but it had no drawback listed on it, so I chose that. So maybe I only had the kill them choices because of that, but I don't know.
This part that's popping up on the screen on the gameplay video right now, it was I thought this part was funny. The virtual reality pods.
Yeah, you get 20 XP per pod.
I know that's not bad, but it would be cool. It would have been cool if like you could actually go into the virtual environments. That would have been kind of fun, but whatever.
Man, it would have been cool if they had some CGs for it at least instead of just text. But I mean, the description is very graphic, so maybe a CG wouldn't be a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
So, I really want to like this game. Like, it's a great idea and everything, but I don't know. For me, the execution is just so fucking bad that I wouldn't even buy this game.
You wouldn't buy this game?
Nah.
All right, so
I did buy this game.
I would have refunded it.
Let me already say, you know this game got a free DLC, right? Called the Reject.
Yeah.
So the developer is trying to, create a different project. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't know if this is the developer's first game or just a first commercial game. I don't know. But
it doesn't look or play like a first game.
But I could see the effort that they try.
There's stuff to like in this game for sure.
Yeah. It's not the worst, but for the type of game it tries to be, it just falls short in so many levels. Like you have the lack of quality of life from fucking VXAs. Which is already like, why the fuck are you using VXAs? Just use MV or MZ. Like, come on, bro. And then you got no quest log or even like a dialogue backlog or anything. You can go into your inventory and check out the quest items in order if you forgot what to do, I guess. But that's annoying. Why do I have to go into the fucking inventory every time? Like, your maps look all the same. And I gotta check your quest item 4 times every 10 seconds because my target is in Tenant Block C in North fucking Dickwad Town at like floor 5. Like, who the fuck is gonna remember that? So I'm checking the quest item every 30 seconds because I forgot where the fuck I went. Because the maps all look the same.
And
It's just stuff like that, and maybe my background choice has screwed me over too. I suspect literally my dialogue choices are always make them suffer, or I wanna bust your skull in. Like, I only had kill choices. Or leave.
That's weird because I did not. So maybe picking that disturbed mind changed your dialogue choices.
Yeah, but maybe explain that beforehand.
Yeah.
Give me an actual explanation of what my fucking background does to my gameplay. Because, look, I played this game for the first time and all I could do is kill people. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna like a game very much if that's all I can do. Like, I thought this is the game. Like,
well, you have.
so, I don't know, a refund, here we go. And all because I didn't know any better because you didn't explain it right.
You have more choices though. Like, don't get me wrong. I think one of the achievements is in this game you have multiple endings. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So the replayability is definitely there. You know what I mean? Like, the replayability is there.
The thing is, if you happen to pick the wrong background, like I didn't notice it's my background that screwed me over because I just thought that's the kind of game it is, right? We got this fucking fucked up world, and I just thought that's what it is. Like, you go around fucking people. It made sense to me that I have, like, I thought it was a joke, like a funny thing, like you only get kill them choices in all red. I thought that was like the running gag of the game. I just thought that's the game. So my choice screwed the game up for me because I didn't know any better. But it wasn't explained. Like, if it had a warning, like, you cannot talk to people, you can only murder, I probably would have picked another background for my first playthrough. Or maybe just make all the fucked up choices hidden. Make them unlockable once you've beaten the game once or some shit like that. But don't give me a choice that fucks the entire game experience up as a first playthrough. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, I got a question. Those familiar with, are these custom sprites?
It seems custom.
I think they are
for the most part, and the characters seem custom.
I think I seen the devil somewhere. The devil, like the
demons.
The demons. I think I seen them somewhere. But the imps.
I'm not so sure. Like, the characters seem to use the same base for everything. Like, everyone has the same face shape. For example, like, it looks like somebody made them custom for this game. Like, the developers have probably.
Yeah, and there's even like a lack of sideways, like the way they did the side sprites.
Yeah, they just look sideways, right?
It was kind of like it's still the front sprite, but they like angled it a little different, and it's kind of like I could see myself, in Photoshop being like, oh, do I have to animate, the side, and if you're doing it pixel, and that would be like a quick way to do it, Yeah,
it's like it's a little bit retro style too. Like, I know old retro games doing that too.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, if I looked at this game and let's say if I was on Steam and I saw it, I think I will try. I think I will buy this game just to try it. I think I will buy this game.
Yeah.
Will I refund it?
I would.
That's hard. That's hard to say.
Yeah, I would have because of because of my background choice. Like, this screwed the entire game up for me.
And I thought that the price was fair actually, and I wouldn't refund it. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, look like what we got now. The chick, leave me alone. I didn't have no choice here. I could only kill or leave her.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had a kill her choice and leave.
I
And
think-
that's pretty much all the choices I had for every NPC.
I think you have to for some NPCs you have to already did something.
I wouldn't know because no matter what NPC, I only could kill them every time. Like I could do missions, but every other thing is just kill them.
And I think before I got her, I did something at the bank. I think I unlocked the mission at the bank or something. Or one guy wanted me to... Yeah, I went to the bank. I foiled the bank robbery. I killed them. I killed the guy that was trying to rob the bank. And the bank guy gave me a mission. Because before, she wasn't standing there. I mean, it's hard to really tell because every direction you go through, you're going to go to the same looking area anyways. You know what I mean? Like, you go north, south, east, west.
Not really distinguishable.
Yeah, it's going to look the same anyway, you know, so I can't really tell you, but I think some of these characters could be tied to certain missions that you completed in order to unlock some of them or get different dialogue.
Could be. Yeah, it could be.
Because Chris tried the Empire Chronicles, they tried the charisma system. And it didn't work. It didn't work because one, to have a unique charisma system where your NPCs react based on your stats. Let's say you got 40 agility, 40 attack points. Show how strong you are. You could intimidate people really well because you got high attack. You know what I mean? That means you're not a pushover. I mean, yeah, you're a bully, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And what in his game, everybody had that same thing. Like you talk to the NPC, they say the same exact dialogue. There was nothing different.
Yeah, it's just a lazy way of doing it.
Yeah. So
having a system like that is so much work. I don't think it's worth it. Like for one-man teams to try and do it, I don't think it's worth it because it's so much work.
I do kind of a hybrid approach on that on my game. So like what I'll do on mine is like there's of course some NPCs that are just the normal NPCs and that doesn't pop up, but there might be some NPCs where the way that I do it is I use Jaime's it's not called hidden choices, but it's called it's one of those. It's one of the choice plugins, and there'll be maybe an option that's grayed out because you need a certain skill. But if you have that skill, which you learn from the skill tree, the charisma tree, then you can actually unlock that additional dialogue, and not on everything, only on some things. And
I think that's the only way you can do it as a one-man team is like limited to certain NPCs really, where it actually makes a difference, but not like every fucking NPC.
Yeah, right. I agree.
Yeah, he got it for every NPC in his game.
It's not feasible. You can't possibly make it all unique and finish the game in a single lifetime. Like, no way.
And RPG Maker at that. I mean, sorry to say it, but it's true with this engine. It is very limited to what you can actually do. So.
But at the same time, it's an actual game engine. I mean,
it's not really limited. Like,
you can do
doable.
If you have a good imagination and you find the right plugins and stuff, you can make some pretty crazy stuff with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta find the right plugins, but if you can't get access to the plugins.
But even with the in-game system, like the in-engine system, like the variables, the switches,
you can do
a lot with that.
Yeah, I agree. But
it's not hard to do like a charisma system. It's not hard to do. It's just a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of labor to do it. Like
Yeah, and
all these conditional branches and whatnot. It's a lot of work to
Yeah.
do for every fucking NPC. It's just
Yeah.
not
I mean, that's
feasible.
why. That's why that one meme is always like when people joke about what RPGs are like, and then it shows like the illusion of choice, and then no matter what choice you choose, it goes to the same location because
Yeah.
when you actually try to implement it, it's like, man, this is literally twice or three times the work.
Exactly. Like having just one extra choice sometimes really means just double the work for like one choice, and then you want to branch it further and put another choice, then you got 6 times the work, and then you put another choice, and now it's like 24 times the fucking work, and
And
you're
if
not
you do it in the
gonna
wrong
finish.
order, you might create accidental like contradictions and
Exactly, like you gotta consider so many things, and what if the player does not do this but do that instead, and now you're having like 32 times the work, and yeah, it's just, you're just never gonna finish a game if you do it like that.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen.
yeah, it's a lot.
You need a team for that and multiple people working on it and whatnot. Like you're not gonna do it as a single dev. It's not happening.
So, as you guys already know, this is commercial game. I think the developer definitely tried to go that route to give the player something different, right?
Yeah, there's some good stuff here for sure. It's got its issues, but
Yeah, I can see it. Like I would say, if they went and like locked the background choices that are really severely impacting your gameplay, like lock that behind achievements, or lock them until you finish the regular game once, so you can do like a challenge run with like the twisted mind and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if you give a player the choice from the get-go, like I know nothing about your game, I just started your game, I did your tutorial, it was easy enough, all right, so I'm getting a background, and you're not explaining every detail about that background story, and it can severely screw over your gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have refunded this game just because of that, because I had no other choices than killing people.
Yeah.
I thought that was the game, and if the game is like that, it's not a good game, right? So I would have refunded it. I thought this game was horrible just because of that, because there was no choices. I couldn't get to the story, I couldn't make any choices, I couldn't do anything but kill people. So don't give people that kind of choice on the first playthrough without explaining exactly what it does. Because if the background had like a warning, you can only kill people if you pick this background or something like that.
that would have definitely that I think that definitely should have been explained, because I didn't run into that, so I had a little bit more of an enjoyable
I
experience.
picked it because there was no drawback on it. I thought it was a good thing, right? Because there was nothing telling me, like, look, man, you can't talk to people. You're fucking savage. You're just gonna murder people if you pick this, right? So yeah, cool. Now you got a refund, and I got disappointed at the game. Like, good job, man. Right? So I don't know. Like, fix that, and fix the fucking mapping maybe, and get a fucking quest log, and then it's probably a pretty good game. But right now, I don't know.
What you think about the maps, Iconic?
I thought that some of them were okay, and I thought that some of them were a little lackluster. Mostly the part I had the biggest issue with was that the 4 sections of the city look almost exactly the same. And when you branch out a little bit from the 4 areas, it kind of starts to look different, which is cool. But yeah, if there was like a little bit more, like even like the exact layout is the same, like on all of the 4 maps. I get kind of like probably why they did it that way, just for the sake of getting it done faster, but like a little more variation. I mean, like all the houses and stuff are just like in straight rows as well, and it's just a little bit, it make it look a little bit more like an actual city instead of like a It almost seems like a placeholder map, but it ends up just being the map.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's very surreal too. Like, look at the background, like the parallax of the city map, right? There's only pipes everywhere, like, but it's not explained. Like, I feel like there's like lore there that's just not explained. Like, maybe we're not on Earth. Maybe we are in some kind of fucking limbo, which would explain why there are fucking demons everywhere. Well, we don't know because it's not explained.
see,
Yeah,
see-
like it's hard to tell. Hard to tell, like what the like where this world came from, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like we're anywhere on Earth.
all right, so
because everything's fucking weird.
let me ask you guys this. Y'all ever seen, like, I know Cychronic may have, but I don't know like what they have in Germany or other places, but they do have something called like projects in certain neighborhoods and stuff like that, especially
Yep.
the income driven projects, the wealth, stuff like that. A lot of those buildings, they could be sky-rise, but a lot of them are pretty much similar in size, shape, and
Yeah.
so this definitely could have took place like in a poor ghetto area where, a Section 8 area, a poor crime driven area where everything is graffiti, got graffiti, everything is just, and you're in a lawless land as well. This is what I'm getting.
It doesn't make sense. Though. Why do we have pipes in the background?
It could just be, a representation that you're in the city.
And the city's name is Gutter.
Yeah, the city's name is Gutter.
So it could be
There's
underground.
The forest area and the cactus area, and instead of a city background where it looks like projects, we've got pipes. And there's demons everywhere.
I don't know, man. It's
I don't know
RPG.
what kind of project you got in America over there, man, but I ain't seen no demons in Germany.
Look, it's RPG Maker. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
So,
well, you can. I'm just saying
I
I
mean-
could improve it.
hey, what's up, Brent Rawson? What's going on? And everybody else that joined. As you can see, we are talking about a commercial RPG Maker game called Gutter the Curse. It came out October of last year. So Cychronic was very kind enough to talk to the developer to give us some extra keys so we could enjoy this masterpiece and bring it to you guys. So that's
That's another thing. Now that I'm looking at it, the battle backgrounds are just.
Yeah, it's like VXAs. I don't know. I think it's RTP. I see those kind of psychedelic backgrounds in every second VXA's game. I don't know. Is it a free DLC pack or some shit like that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's like the thing is that this game does draw your interest. It's intriguing, right? So it gets you started. It gets you to buy the game. It gets you started, but then it just falls completely flat. Like it starts you out, all right, get 20k monies, good enough. So you run around in this world and it looks intriguing. You got these pipes in the background and you got demons and whatnot, and everything's going to shit. But it's never explained anywhere.
Yeah, and as you peel away the layers of the onion, each layer feels like it's falling a little more flat, I guess.
Yeah, it's just
But it's got some good stuff in it too, so I don't know. I like it, but
In hindsight, like seeing your gameplay, I would say it's worth the asking price, and it's not a horrible game, but it could be a whole fucking lot better.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, there's so much untapped potential here. It's sad. Because they had a thing going, right? They had a unique thing going, but they kind of failed doing it.
And it kind of, and especially at the end, like the like when you're leading to the final conclusion, that's where it to me falls the most flat. It was like, okay, that's the ending, all right. I know there might be
Alright,
multiple.
that was kind of boring.
Yeah, no, because you know what? I'm gonna spoil it. Okay, so the Large Hadron Collider, it turned out to just be a music box.
Ah.
And then you either play the music or you throw it away, and that's the end.
Yeah, but there could be a hidden meaning.
There could be, yeah.
It's not explained.
Like that's where that was where I was like, oh man, you know, when I got to the end, I just was like, really that?
Yeah, they kind of doing a Dark Souls, but failed to put in the hints and the clues anywhere.
Music can bring cultures together, right? Like, even though we may speak different languages, but we listen to the music and we can appreciate the music regardless what language is in. So that could be something, you know. In the music box, you know, music box plays like ballerina type music, you know, it could put you to sleep, that type of stuff, you know. Playing smooth, you know, soothing music in the holistic world.
I don't know, man. If I got to the end of the game, there was nobody left to bring together.
Oh man, because you killed everybody.
I killed everybody.
Hey.
I mean, almost everybody. I don't think the bank guys and the VR guys are actually killable, because holy shit, man, those people be one-shotting me, and I'm already max level. So even if I had 4 party members, I don't think I could have won, because the bank guys just keep perma stun locking you. So there's nothing you can do about that. And the VR guys, like the mechanic they have, that he's just one-shotting people. So even if I had 4 guys, it wouldn't make no difference. You can't win that, unless you're extremely lucky, perhaps. I don't know. But I would have been interesting to see what kind of ending I got, because yeah, there was nobody left for the ending cutscene. Just nobody left to fight each other.
You wouldn't have got anything, my guy. You killed everybody.
I would have just went there and just grabbed the music box and then went back to bed or some shit like that. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Like, you got a brain tumor, and I feel like there could be a lot of lore. So yeah, they kind of did a Dark Souls where it's somewhat obscure, but they didn't put any hints in there. Like, Dark Souls have all the hints in the equipment descriptions and in the environmental storytelling and whatnot, but there's nothing in this game that you could piece together to get to the lore and figure it out. There's nothing. It's just nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it falls flat, to keep you immersed.
So overall, do you think the developer, you know, should have just gave us like a story, like different missions, instead of all this spreadness? You know, you gotta go to this place, that place, this place, that place, this place, that place. We should have just had one quest, like one goal in mind, that lead up to several different events, like normal RPGs, you know. Because this could have been a good place where, you know, we got beat up, we lost our memory, we got restored, you know, somebody helped us, you know, we're out for revenge to find out who did this to me, you know. And it turned out the gang, the last boss's gang, was the one. There's some dark story to your past, you know, that's could unfold.
Right, yeah, that would have been cool.
I don't know, like, I wouldn't make it like a regular RPG. I kind of like the setup they did here, but they failed to finish any part of it in a good way. Like, they have they have this Fallout style gameplay where it's not really linear, but the missions you do are pretty boring. Like it's always kill this guy or get that thing, kill that guy, get this thing. Like it's not really anything interesting there. And I got a feeling maybe this game is about building your character, seeing like you have all these equipment slots and there's like augmentations in the clinic and whatnot. But that wasn't it either. So they kind of started making it like that, but they didn't finish it either. It's not really about a character build at all. But they made it look like one. Like you got augments and whatnot. But
Yeah.
again, failed to like make it a thing. So they have a basic story set up apparently where it's about revenge, but it doesn't really get any further from what I gathered right now. It's like you trying to get revenge and you get your revenge at the end of the game, but you're not really uncovering any secret plots or twists on whatnot. So that's kind of failed attempt too. They started implementing a lot of cool things, but kind of didn't go anywhere with any of them. This is the feeling I got. Like the background's the same. Like you got all these different background stories, but the game doesn't like change story-wise no matter what background you pick, right? So you got gameplay effects. Like my background absolutely screwed my game up, obviously, but the story would be the same no matter what background you chose. So they started doing a thing again, but didn't go anywhere with it. Like that's like the theme of the game. I feel like they have a lot of cool ideas started, but kind of didn't make them a thing.
Yeah. I mean, maybe knowledge of limitation. You know, maybe this was a childhood project that the developer wanted to make a realization. You know,
I mean,
sometimes
we don't know, and it doesn't matter.
We don't know, but
It doesn't matter. It's a commercial game. I don't give a shit if this is a childhood project or not.
So, I mean, me, honestly, I like games like that. Y'all remember the TI-83 calculators?
Nope.
Yeah.
And remember the drug war game that we was downloading on there? Like, you could play, like, Mafia Wars.
No, I never did any of that shit.
Y'all never had that one geek kid that used their transfer cable and put games on your calculator? Oh.
Yeah, we did, but I was not interested in those calculators, playing games on them, because I already had better game systems at home or PC, and so I was like not very interested.
Well, this was like 1999, 1998, you know what I'm saying? So
no, I know. I was lucky that I was pretty young, but when I got my first computer, so I was pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't get my computer till I was like able to work and buy my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this game definitely has a lot of, you know, interest for people that like stuff like this. You know, like the game is raw. Don't get me wrong, it's raw. You got drugs, you got sets, you got murder, you got betrayal, you got all this stuff that people actually like. You know what I mean? People may not talk about it out in the opening like that, but a lot of people like stuff like this. And the game is right up their alley. You know what I mean? Like you got people actually get a kick out of picking up a prostitution in Grand Theft Auto and see the truck or the car go up and down because they're having sex. People actually gotta get a kick out of that. Like, they like that stuff. You know what I mean? So
it's a nice little gimmick for a game like GTA.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it is. So this game is raw to the core. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, it's raw to the core. But at the same time, I do agree with the fellas on the stream. It gets boring fast. The combat system weighs boring fast because just like most RPG Maker games, once you find the best attack, you're going to repeat that attack over and over and over and over again. And with the combat system, you know, the combat input, there's no cost. So we're going to keep spamming that over and over and over again. So it's dulling the combat system. You know what I mean? So the combat system ain't fun no more. There's nothing visually good to look at anymore. You know, the demons, they're like, that's all the dialogue you get. You know, they're gonna fight you regardless. You know what I mean? The game is really repetitive. And don't get me wrong, even Grand Theft Auto and all those other games, Sleeping Dogs, they get repetitive too. You played one, you played them all. So
yeah, but they are repetitive across multiple games.
Yeah.
This game is repetitive after 30 minutes.
No. After once, unless you're doing story missions and seeing the cutscenes, that's the only difference. Those games got cutscenes. Other than that, all the player is going to do, it's like playing Call of Duty. Who plays the story mode in Call of Duty? Most players go straight to multiplayer and just go online and play. Same thing with Grand Theft. You're not going to just do the mission. You're going to run around, you're going to commit crime, you're going to steal cars, you're going to blow up stuff, you're going to try to get 5 stars, you're going to try to run from the police.
Yeah, you do that every once in a while to have some fun, but the story in GTA is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it is. Don't get me wrong. It is.
And they have a shit ton of activities. It's not just go and kill this guy, right? They have fucking follow the train and whatnot. They have you flying fucking drones and shit, right? Mini helicopters and whatnot.
Bro.
They have a lot of different shit in there. And this game is just go and kill that guy, and now go and kill that other guy, and oh wait, there's another guy over there. Go kill that one too, because why not?
Yeah. Let's put it like this. I've been a homeowner for 10 years now. 10 years of October 10 would be 10 years. Grand Theft Auto been out longer than that. And Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on the PS3. People is still playing Grand Theft Auto 5 like it just came out. You know what I mean? So why can't people have the same regard for this game? You know what I mean? The different outcomes, the different endings, the different characters, the different classes. You know what I mean? Like, this could be a repetitive game, not as long as GTA, but I feel like if the developer released DLCs, you know, kind of expand the game and stuff like that, I think it can have the same effect like GTA, but on the RPG Maker side. Which I guys think?
It's too small for that.
Okay. All right.
This has a set story. Like, get 10k end of the game. That's it.
20k.
Right? Or 20k. Right? That's it. There is no deep story behind
There's no higher
things
purpose.
and whatnot. Right? It's not like you're starting out as a Grove Street motherfucker, right? And doing gangbangs and whatnot. That's not what you do. You just do random odd jobs for random gangs.
Okay.
And that's it. You're never joining any of the gangs, really. You're just running errands.
But after you beat the game, it does tell you what happened to all the gangs and based on what you did or what your choices were.
No, it's meaningless, though. You're not part of these gangs. You have no relation. You don't care.
Right.
Right? So why even explain it? Like, who the fuck gives a shit? It's not like I picked one gang because I liked their theme or what they're about or anything. That would have been cool. Pick one gang and make them rise to the top.
Yeah, I would have gone with the Techno Monks if it was
exactly. That's a gameplay. That's a story, right? But that's not what happens. You just run around killing random people for random gangs, running some odd jobs for them, some errands. That's all you do.
Yeah, it is. It is basically go do the thing, go kill the
Exactly.
thing.
How
go
much
get the
cooler
thing.
would it have been if you could pick one gang and the goal could still be earn 20k and the ending would be make your gang get this music box?
Right.
That would have been way cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to, I mean, you don't know it's a music box until the end. Like,
Yeah, you don't know, right? So, but
I-
every gang is after it.
I was
right?
actually and I was actually really intrigued that it was the Large Hadron Collider, like some kind of scientific device that has all this power, and I was like excited for that, and then when I saw that it was just like a boombox, I was just like, warp.
But I mean, still, like, you could keep that shit. Who cares, right? But how much cooler would it have been if you joined the techno boys and then you had all kinds of missions that are fitting to their theme, like they taking out other gang members with their techno equipment and whatnot, whatever they have, right? Or maybe you join the bank gang and you, I don't fucking know, get money from other people, or you fuck them up, or whatever.
You
right?
collect taxes.
And if they don't pay, you're just kind of taking their homes or whatnot. I don't fucking know. But anything would have been cooler than what it is right now.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, they just falling flat. They have a shit ton of potentially cool features in the game, but didn't do anything with any of them. Is my thoughts about the game pretty much.
All right. So, do you think $4.99 is the asking price, or will you price it different? How much will you price this game?
I think it's a fair price. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's just sad that they missed out on what it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree with that too.
Like, they missed out big time here, and that's kind of sad.
How will you pit it against your own project? You think it's better? You think it's equal?
Not even close.
Is it better than Trials Cascadia?
Nah,
Okay.
not by a long shot. What kind
Alright.
of question is that even?
I'm just asking. I gotta ask. Gotta ruffle some feathers up around here. You know, if I don't ruffle no
Seven
feathers,
always trying to stir the trouble, man. Like, look, man, the Discord dying down, and what does D7 do? Bring up the AI again.
gotta that's that defibrillator. Gotta clear, bling, AI, bling. You already know. But it's good to have discussions like that, over time. If you got the mindset to actually keep it a good discussion. But
Yeah, I agree.
I believe $4.99 is a fair price, given the fact they gave a free DLC at that, and it shows replayability. It got good combat music. Not sure if this custom music or just a music pack or something they just found on the
I haven't heard it before, at least.
You heard it before or on the internet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah, but you could tell it is it's not your traditional loop, because you can hear the music fade out, then they'll start a couple seconds later, or like 5 seconds later it'll pick back up. So I mean, it's a great effort, but the next game, I'm going to try the DLC though. I'm gonna try the DLC to see if the developer improved on storytelling, because I think the DLC is supposed to be based on a failed experiment. Not sure if you're a robot or maybe one of these corpses that was reanimated and put together, like willy-nilly and whatever. But great effort though. Great effort. Like I always say, guys, if you want to try the game for yourself, there's the download link in the description. You can buy it for $4.99. It comes at a price. That's
that's cheaper than a Big Mac from McDonald's. That's cheaper. That's about the same price as a big bag of your favorite potato chips.
Cheaper than a coffee.
Cheaper than the coffee.
What
Starbucks
kind of coffee
coffee.
you
A
guys
Starbucks
have, man?
Starbucks
Yeah, I was
coffee.
about to
Sorry.
say, man, like, what kind of fucking coffee are you drinking over there
Yeah.
that costs $5?
No, it's for me. It's this.
Yeah.
It's the 7-Eleven coffee.
It's cheaper than your, you know, it's way cheaper than going out there and at nighttime while your wife is sleeping and you're looking for a hookup. It's way cheaper than that, fellas. You could get all that. You get your favorite drug, your ecstasy, your hardcore drugs, all in this game. Don't do it in real life.
Yeah, it was bringing me back to my Raven days. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it in real life. Just do it on the game. Take your frustration out on the game. You want to kill somebody? Take it out on the game. You can kill anybody and whoever you want on the game.
Yeah,
So.
but like the thing is, like $5, kinda okay. But then again, there's like 20,000 games under $5 on Steam. Like, why play this when there's so many good games for $5 on Steam?
Want to tell you why? Because in the lawless, post-apocalyptic, hyper-industrialized gutter, where desperate people, demons, and robots compete in a ruthless power struggle, how long can your character survive? I think that's good enough for me.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's so many good games you can get for $5. I don't know why I would pick this one over all the others. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's RPG Maker, baby. It's RPG Maker. So I did ask a poll, guys. I did say, if this game is a fair price. We got 10 votes. 50% says yes, 40% says lower it, and 10% says make it free. So, the people have spoken. The people have spoken. They think it's a fair price for the game for what it is, and I think so too. We do got to spin the wheel for the community game of the week. So we will be doing that shortly. If you already submitted your game on the RTP Rally Podcast Discord, your game should be on the wheel, and whoever wins will be the game that we will be playing next week. So before we head out and spin the wheel, do any of my co-hosts have anything to say? Maybe more about the game, maybe a note to the developer before we
I would just say that there's a lot, there's a lot to like in this game, but it fell a little short of what it could have been, as what Simple Gaming was saying, and I think that the developer, if they make more games in the future, they can maybe take the feedback in mind, and it wouldn't take much to kind of bring it up to the next level, and I just hope that they can do so in the future.
All right. Anything simple?
Nope.
All right, there you have it, guys. Gutter the Curse, available on Steam. All the information is in the download link. So let's spin this wheel. Okay, let me go ahead and share the screen with my brothers in crime. Let me pull this thing up. And good luck to those who game we're going to be tortured with next week. Then I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
All right. Can y'all guys see the wheel?
Yep.
All right. So things is looking good. Things is looking good. All right. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Good luck. Low star is out. Low star is out. Desperation is out. Desperation is out. Single malt is out. Single malt has been eliminated. A reroll. Reroll City. Another reroll is out. Another reroll is out. And don't forget, guys, Depths of Insanity is out. And don't forget, if you are hungry, don't forget to let go with ego.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You see
The
that?
ad that's in this, that's on the thing.
Oh, I just seen that.
Travels of Fraser is out. Travels of Fraser is out. World of Wycrum. World of Wycrum is out of here. That is the MMO like RPG. Princess. Princess is out. Princess is out of there. Oh. Starscry. And we still got Mana Raiders. Oh, man. Leyline Chronicle. We didn't review Mango Mischief. We didn't. I played that on the stream. The podcast didn't review that one yet.
And never will.
Past the End. Past the End is out. Mana Raiders is out. Mana Raiders is out. D7 do a paid advertisement sellout.
Hey, you still have Dreams Deep on there.
Hey, look. I'm just saying, Pedro. We are a non-profit organization. We do have a tip jar, so I'm just letting you guys know. It's still got lint and flies in that tip jar, so I'm just letting you know. I gotta make some money some type of way. The podcast we got bills we have to pay now. And Dreams of an Addict is eliminated.
Dreams Deep is still on there. That's the game we did the other week. So it's Dystopia, I guess.
Oh yeah, we did Dress Deep. So Dystopia is the winner.
Man, this guy was saying he was updating the wheel before the stream. And look at this. Look at this.
The wheel don't lie though. Look, it don't lie. The wheel do not lie. Dystopia is the winner.
Dystopia.
But as we already said, guys, those who are, we're not playing jam games anymore. So if this is a jam game, we're just going to pick the game that was eliminated last, because I feel like, we all agree that jam games is pretty much pointless to review, because one, the developer may not even care about the game or even work on it anymore, and sometimes jam games, it's not long enough, and it's just not enough content to even last an hour, if that. So I
It
think
looks like this game. It looks like the next game is a full commercial game, but it's $9.99. So I don't know if there's any keys available or whatever.
I don't know who submitted this game, but if there's a demo, demos are fine. If we could play a demo of it.
Yeah.
If not, we got cousin Skitty to give us the game. I'm joking, guys. I was trying to be funny a little bit, but I guess it didn't work out all the way.
I don't see a demo.
Okay, so if we can't get it, we'll just go with the we could reach out to the developer and try to say, hey, you know, we're a couple individuals who would like to, you know, try your game out. Would you like to give us some keys? Or we got the great community in RPG Maker podcast who can buy 3 copies of the game and give it to yours truly. But I don't think they're going to do that. They were like, I'm working on my own game, so I don't got it to
I mean, the developer has written in his request that he's gonna give us Steam keys. We should DM him.
Okay.
Sounds good.
It's in the post.
Okay, so who's wanted? I don't know how to talk to people like that, so I might say I may skid roll your game. So, but I let y'all handle that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll do it.
yeah, cause I don't know how to act. You know what I mean? So
I don't mind being the diplomat.
yeah, so well, we thank you guys. You know, like always, and as always, you guys are welcome into the RTP Discord server. If you want us to play your game, you could definitely put it on the wheel, which you have witnessed live, that we will spin the wheel. And if the game is picked, then you must provide the keys if it's commercial. But if it has a demo, demos are good enough. You don't necessarily have to provide keys. But this being said, every commercial game should have a demo available. Don't be that developer who wants to just force a full game on a consumer without a demo to try it, because we will refund your game if we have to buy it. We will refund your game. So I'm not disagreeing with you on that point. Goes for the background picks as well. I already said I would have refunded based on. I don't know what. Okay. All right.
Well, what you doing reading the chat?
Yeah, I got to, man. I don't know. People may be talking about me. Said this D7 guy.
Nobody talking about you. The world does not resolve around you.
I got to make sure, man. I got to make sure. You gotta watch your surroundings, because we living in the gutter right now. We in the gutter. We are in the gutter. So, all right, guys, we gonna go ahead out. I know Cychronic got stuff to do. Harlequin got stuff to do. Maybe a stream here or two. I don't know. The guy is, pretty much non-existing in the streaming world. Until next time, guys, do any of my co-hosts has anything to say before we get out of here?
I'll see you around the next time.
Yeah, you better be all here next week.
And we will
Gonna find you.
And
Like,
we'll.
they just played a very, very violent, heavy game. If you're not gonna show up on the next podcast, I'm gonna find you. And you already know my only dialogue choice is gonna be murder.
Exactly.
We're gonna hunt you.
You guys heard it, and this is a family-oriented channel. So, y'all guys be good. Peace out, and we'll.